Hey, this is Stevo with No Value Gaming, and welcome back for part 3 of our Brigador Let's Play. So far, we've made it through about 20 odd missions, and we're going to try to get through, hopefully, 5 or 10 more over the next hour. So a brief recap of what's going on here. This game is a futuristic sci-fi cyberpunk world where dear leader has died in this land, and a bunch of corpos want to take everything over in the power vacuum, and you are a mercenary who is paid to blow up the opposition and destroy targets of interest. That's about all you need to know about the story. So strap in and prepare to bring the New World Order to the wastelands. We are currently playing through the campaign. And in our last episode, we left off on Mission 9, Organ Donor. Looks like we've got 2 missions available here, Glory Box or Inch of Dust. We're going to kick it off with Glory Box, where we have to remove 70% of the opposition. We are up against moderate spacers. There are a couple of good options here. I've never used the Sleepwalker, but for today's mission, our first one here, we're going to kick it off with the Huss. It's got a 140mm cannon and a 20 megawatt laser. Pretty devastating firepower. So that'll be a good choice. This mission's pretty straightforward. I wish I had read the story to you, but you're not really missing much here. The main thing is we pretty much have to kill every enemy we see. So action right out of the gate here. Lots of little enemies. I do appreciate the widespread on these purple lasers. If you hold down the button on them, you can focus fire, which strengthens their damage output. It's really good for single target. But if you kind of just, I don't know, tap the button a little bit, you kind of get some burst fire and a wider spread, and it's good for hitting multiple enemies. As you can see, the cannon weapon, the primary weapon on this flying tank, is pretty devastating. Those cannon shots take out a whole city block, which is why I love this thing. So we topped off our ammo a little bit. Not going to destroy that depot as of yet, and just in case we need to re-up on ammo, might as well blow up this orbital cannon while I'm here. A lot of vehicles in this game have a kind of like a melee attack. It's like a ground pound with a little bit of AoE. You just hit spacebar or whatever you map, and you can break walls and kill some enemies, without expending any ammo. It's a good option when you aren't in a rush or trying to keep yourself from dying. However, you got to be careful. If you try to use the ground pound on a ammo depot or next to something explosive, you can kill yourself with the splash damage caused by whatever you just destroyed. Because ammo depots have a pretty big area of effect when they go off. Same with the orbital guns, like you just saw when I blew that up. I've always got to remember to go and pick up my ammo and my shields whenever I kill somebody. So I'm going to do the ground pound here, and then I'm going to back off and blow this thing up so I don't kill myself. But yeah, you gotta really run and pick up your shield and ammo. You can accidentally blow up the husk of whatever enemy you shot, and then that destroys the ammo pickup. Sorry, bear with me here just 1 second. There we go. Let's have technical difficulties. So whenever you blow up something big, like an orbital gun or a depot, it creates a bigger than usual sound and explosion, and generally results in a bunch of enemies in the surrounding area coming to see what's going on. So you kind of just want to have your head on a swivel before you blow up one of those larger targets. Because, you know, you're going to have friends in the neighborhood real quick after that. This is such a nice neighborhood, it's kind of a shame to be blowing this thing up, but, you know, these people are on the wrong side of history for reasons unknown. So they get what they get. I'm just dispensing necessary justice. Got one more guy hiding here. Always got to watch out for your ammo consumption on this mech, or well, flying tank. The way this thing is balanced out is its cannon rounds are devastating, but you only get 10 of them. Max magazine is 10, and then you got to go find ammo or blow up some enemies and re-up, and just hope that they drop ammo for you. So I'm always mindful of how often I'm pulling the trigger with this thing. The best advice I can give for conserving ammo with this thing is to wait for enemies to bunch up and then hit them with a cannon shot, and you'll do splash damage effects 2 at a time or more. Honestly, it's kind of good that the mission is completed when it was, because you know, I'm basically out of ammo here. Now, I got lucky and they dropped some here for me, but you never know when that's gonna happen. You can blow up lots of enemies and they drop nothing. And then sometimes you get on a lucky streak and it seems like everybody's dropping ammo. It's kind of the luck of the draw, a little bit of RNG. Sometimes I wish there was, you know, more than just the 4 depots, one for each ammo type. I wish there was a more consistent way to get ammo, but hey, it is what it is. Alright, I've still got a few available side missions left here. A couple of optional things to blow up. You get money for all the side objectives. Look at this. Look, mission's done, and look at how many enemies are still just lurking about. So, you know, sometimes you really have to question, is it worth completing the side objectives for the bonus cash? Because you could complete a mission, you could be mission complete, destroy the main objective, and then just get blown up before you make it to the exit, and then you got to do it all over again, which kind of sucks. It's only happened to me a couple of times while recording all this footage, but let me tell you, you never forget it. It's the worst. Got us a comm tower here in the corner. Let's catch this guy. No need to waste ammo trying to blow up the house in front of it. God, could you imagine having a comm tower in your backyard like that? I'm sure that homeowner's cell signal is great, but their kids probably glow in the dark. Plus it's, you know, probably a metered connection. It's a military target. I'm gonna come to your backyard and blow it up. Like, I'm telling you, if you're ever in this situation, don't agree to have the comm tower in your backyard, no matter how great they tell you your signal's gonna be. Alright, just gotta blow up this last depot, and then that should be all side objectives complete. Now we can just find an exit and get the heck out of here. Oh, one more. I regularly forget that a lot of these vehicles have defensive mechanisms like smoke screens and stealth, and I just get in the habit of trying to, you know, hit and run rather than strategically use my defensive resources, and it gets me killed. Good deal. Well, that was pretty straightforward. On to the next one. 2 million space bucks for our efforts. We didn't lose too much money on casualties either. That's a pretty low penalty price at 56,000. All right, on to the next. All right, next mission. What do we got? Ancient dust. Contract. Removal of 4 target statues. Opposition, moderate corvid. No Brains are proving more resistant to the present SNC economic restructuring than expected. The SNC has selected 4 statues of Great Leader for removal from the Voro Bay necropolis for its potentially heightened psychological effect on the local population. Remove the statues, any of the usual targets of opportunity, orbital guns, depots, substations, and comm stations, you will of course be compensated for as well. Okay. Let's check out our loadout. Broodmare. Geon's Broodmare is armed with Chieftain, 18 megawatt, and Thunderclap, 14 megawatt lasers with active camo for defense. This loadout is slow but extremely powerful at mid-range brawling. Excellent single target damage with the ability to disengage or reposition with the active camo. Alright. Pretty good, but you know, both weapons use the same ammo type, so you're going to be burning through it pretty quick. Can be problematic. Sometimes it's nice to diversify. Alright, we got the Toro. High-res Toro is armed with an Abbott 105mm cannon and Maya Doise 12.7mm machine gun. Smoke projector for defense. Tough, versatile, effective at any range. Alright, the Troubadour is armed with a Jericho 60mm cannon and bone saw. We got the Party Van. Romulan's Party Van is armed with a chain gun and 84mm recoilless rifle and an audio kinetic pulse for defense. Let's give this a shot. Wow, I'm in their grow field. I can't tell what they're growing, but I can use my imagination. You know, if this place is Space North Korea, these could be poppy fields. I gotta be careful, there's a lot of fire coming in my direction. Gotta use this corner to my advantage. Lay down some smoke. Maybe that'll, I don't know what that's gonna do. I haven't quite figured out exactly how the smoke works. I know it's designed to block line of sight and keep you from getting shot, but, you know, I don't know if it has to be laid down before you aggro enemies, or if you have aggroed enemies, it breaks their target lock on you. You know, I'd like to figure out some of the more specific functionalities of that so I can use it more effectively. Because if I've already aggroed them and they're already locked onto me, then I won't waste it and have to endure the cooldown if it's not going to do anything. And then I'll be more mindful about deploying it early before I aggro. But if it breaks lock on currently aggroed enemies, well then I'll just use it all the time. So, gotta figure that out. I'll tell you, I really like using that tall that tall car that shoots the chemical canisters. It's kind of a pain in the rear to actually go up against it. Kind of a dangerous enemy. I don't like it when the enemy's using it. So I'll just pop some smoke. We'll see if they get... No, they're still locked on. I'm not careful, I'm gonna blow up my ammo depot. Lots of targets here, and we got an orbital gun. Another orbital gun. Lots of targets. I gotta watch my ammo consumption though. I think this is a good example of why you don't just blow up stationary buildings as soon as you see them, because all you gotta do is walk... Oh, crap. All I gotta do is walk around the corner and you're in the thick of it. Alright, let's try this again and see if we have better success this time. I'm gonna try a slightly different route. Anytime I blow up on a level, I just try to pick a different direction to start the next go around. Oh, I picked a fight right out of the gate here. Got that guy right before he triggered the alarm. So whenever you see that little orange symbol above one of the mechs going through, well, first I should explain, any mech that's got an eyeball above it is a scout, and their whole job is to set off the alarm and alert everybody if they see you and you don't destroy them in time before they alert everyone. Once they alert everyone, the alarm goes up, the enemies get a little tougher, they become aggro to your position. It can, you know, as well as the enemies being a little tougher and knowing where you are, often on a lot of levels, these little security barriers will pop up out of the ground and just make it even harder to traverse the zone. They look like, you know, I don't know, like, just like artificial wall panels, but you know, they stop you. You gotta blow them up. It's like that guy with the eyeball. I shot him before he had a chance to set off the alarm. When they detect you, their little eyeball icon turns into like a bell icon or a clock, something like that. Here, we'll see. And then, you know, you've got, I don't know, a few seconds to kill them before they alert everyone. And then this guy, gotta watch out for this. The dudes with the red headlights are kamikaze enemies, and they will self-destruct upon making contact with you. And it's, you know, it can be pretty devastating depending on what you're driving. When you're in a mission that has a lot of kamikazes, one of the most effective strategies a lot of the time is to either shoot while going backwards, of course, or find yourself a nice corner that they have to come around and just shoot on as soon as they clear the corner. Good deal. There's a lot of enemies, but we got them. And luckily, a lot of them dropped ammo, so we're not really in a bad situation in that department either. Alright, I gotta try to look at these super tiny little icons on the screen and figure out where the other objectives are. Whenever you see a vehicle with this kind of pink symbol, the skull icon that's kind of iconic to the game, those are, I don't know, like elite targets. Sometimes they are the objective. Man, never a good idea to fight this many elites at one time. Alright, one more. Alright. Still gotta find these statues and blow them up. And then, if we're feeling good, also blow up the ammo depots for the additional points. Always want to do that after you've cleared your primary objective in case you need to go re-up on some ammo. But naturally, you're always good to blow up the ammo depots that provide ammo that you don't use, a particular type. I like this pink one. I don't shoot lasers with this mech. There's blue ammo type though, cannon rounds, I do use those. Here we go, here's one of the statues we're looking for. Good opportunity to use the ground stomp. The ground stomp is a good way to blow stuff up and save some ammo. It's good for conserving ammo, but when you're in low risk situations, you kind of stop moving when you use it. So, you know, you definitely don't want to use it when you're getting pinned down. Alright. Let's get reconnoitered here and figure out where to go next. So it looks like most of my targets are here to the southeast. Good to blow this up. Have to come back through here. I dig the aesthetic and the vibe of this game, but I try to imagine what some of these locations would be like in real life. Like, what is this place? It's like a mausoleum, cemetery, war memorial, and it's got ammo depots. You know, it's a weird juxtaposition of things. Orbital cannon. Let's blow this up. This will probably attract enemies. Maybe not. We're kind of down in the corner. Yeah, nobody came running after us after that one. Alright, we've got our last two depots, and I think this is our last statue we gotta blow up. It's really hard to read the objective text in the corner. It's very faint. and small, especially for my older eyes. There we go, that was the last statue. Good to blow up this orbital gun and these 2 depots, and we're out of here. Alright, I really don't need any more ammo. Take care of that. Might as well catch this while we're here. And we're out of here. A little bit of a rough start on our first attempt. I aggroed way too many enemies right out of the gate. They made my day very bad. But we were able to clear it pretty easily on the second go round. 4.6 million space bucks. Not a bad haul. I'm starting to really rack up some cash in these missions. You spend that cash in freelance mode outside of the campaign. There's nothing to buy that I've discovered in the campaign. Alright, next mission. Joy Bus / Hell Ride. Removal of 1 target vehicle, light loyalists. While several of our contractors are due for rotation back to rearming and refitting, there is a lone loyalist command vehicle reported in the Crenshaw district. Crenshaw is a narrow, unremarkable mixed-use district. The SNC understands that though dispatching missions in this manner runs against SNC operational guidelines, extra hazard pay will be included for taking a contract when you are already out of ammunition. Rest assured that there are several depots in the district for immediate resupply. Remove the Loyalist Command Tower and then proceed to your nearest SNC forward staging zone for rearming. Alright, so they're starting us off without any bullets. Alright. Alright, what are we going to drive? I've got the Arlo, the Pompadour, the Fork, and the Short Bus. Suggs Arlo is armed with the Jericho 60mm cannon, lockdown 15mm machine gun, audio kinetic pulse for defense. Built for high mobility, close combat, excellent short range damage and disabling, poor armor and shielding. That'll do well with little guys. Giancarlo's Pompadour is armed with the Pitbull rockets and Disco 7MW laser and audio kinetic pulse for defense. Mid-range brawler with high mobility and firepower in lieu of armor. Low health, high shield. The Fork. Nabbott's Fork is armed with a Gutterball 160mm howitzer and Parliament 76mm cannon, with EMP grenades for defense. This loadout is suited to hit and run tactics, highly mobile and able to fire over and through walls for excellent single target damage. Will have trouble if overrun, but effective use of EMP grenades and mobility will prevent that. Yeah, so this thing's got a cannon for direct fire and a howitzer for indirect fire. The Rice Short Bus is armed with the Kraken 90mm chain gun and pinch rocket with EMP grenades for defense. This loadout is a disabler. I've tried the Short Bus. Maybe we'll give the Fork a shot. Oh boy, alright. So, everybody's a kamikaze. And I have no ammunition. I got this guy shooting at me. I got these people running me down. I got things blocking the road. I gotta make a hole, but not get blown up. This isn't looking good. Alright. As you can see, we have jumped ahead. This mission has been the bane of my existence. I've died probably 5 times trying to do this. I always get stuck on something, killed by these kamikazes. It's really tough in the beginning. You have no ammo, everybody's shooting at you, you get hung up on something, and you gotta do this merry-go-round thing to try to get some distance between you and them to break these barriers and get through. And then there are, you know, purposefully tight areas up here that are designed to catch up as well, where you have to juke the enemy. And, you know, I still have no ammo here, so, you know, I have practiced going through this maze over and over to try to get some bullets here and then get some distance and not get blown up and start taking these dudes out. So far so good right now, but it has been a journey, to say the least. So you can see my strategy. My strategy is to just, you know, kite them around, try to not get cornered. Also try to swing by and pick up some more ammo. Because, you know, with them on your butt, you don't have time to top off. And you don't want to accidentally blow up your ammo depot like I almost did there. Man, this guy's giving me trouble. Alright. Beautiful. This is looking good. We've cleared out the initial batch of enemies. We've got some ammo. Now really, we just kind of need to get lucky and hope that some of the additional enemies that we're going to face drop ammo so that we don't run out and not have a way to complete the objective. So I'm doing something really risky here. I'm trying to use the ground pound to conserve ammo, but it's kind of nuts because, you know, I'm so close to the depot when I do that if I misjudge how much damage it does or push the button one too many times, then, you know, I blow myself up. But luckily that didn't happen this time. Not saying that's ever happened to me, but, you know, it's happened plenty of times. You all have no idea how many times I've died. This mission has been the hardest one I've faced yet. And it's not because the enemies are any harder, it's just tough starting conditions. Starting with no ammo and having a bunch of kamikazes chasing you down is no joke in this game. You gotta just kind of strafe and shoot. And not use up too much of my ammo in one go. That's my big reason why I'm kind of taking my time. I'm trying to make sure that my shots count here. I've had a couple of bad situations on this playthrough where I've literally run out of ammo with no way to replenish it and just have to restart the mission, so that's kind of the root cause of a lot of my hesitation. But hey, look at that. So many attempts later, I finally get the mission complete screen. Now, just gotta find an exit without getting blown up, which would be devastating. I might uninstall if I get blown up before hitting the exit gate. Just because I've restarted this mission so many times. Good deal. Here's the exit. Let's get out of here. That mission's a nightmare. Made good money on it though. Pretty decent. 4.7. Got it done with Moscow Mike here and the Ecto 1. Oh, so glad to have that behind me. Alright, next mission. Found Ghost. Contract, removal of opposition, greater than 70%. Opposition, moderate spacers. SNC analysts have regrettably underestimated the strategic significance of the Sao Felix O Eremita metro station prior to its being captured by spacers. Mission 13, Found Ghost. Contract, removal of opposition. Moderate spacers. SNC analysts have regrettably underestimated the strategic significance of the Sao Felix o Eremita metro station prior to it being captured by spacers. Your mission is the removal of opposition forces from Sao Felix. Sounds straightforward enough. Let's see what kind of loadout we want to get into here. Oh, the Huss. That's the easiest choice ever. It's got all the firepower. Alright, we've got 23 people to kill in the garrison, 4 depots, 4 substations, and 2 comm towers. So, let's knock out these substations. We've already got company. So many enemies right out of the gate. It's kind of wild. Sometimes when you start a mission, you can kind of just drip feed enemies and aggro them a few at a time. Other missions, you're just already just dropped into the deep end right at the beginning. Unfortunately, the alarm's been triggered, which makes everything more complicated and adds these little pop-up barriers. These little orange walls you see. But man, by having them all come at me all at once and having that quick skirmish, I've already got the mission complete screen. Now the real question is, do I feel like doing the side objectives? Or I could just bail. I'm gonna be really upset if I end up dying just trying to get some extra money that I don't need. Watch, like, I've already killed all the necessary people to complete the mission. I'm gonna find out there's like 150 more enemies on the other side of the map. Alright, we've got another ammo depot here. We can blow that up. Need to get some ammo from it first. We've only got 3 cannon shots left. Alright, we found the comm tower and an orbital gun. Gotta be really careful doing this. It's like you want to save the ammo, so you ground pound the wall, but you can't be too close when that thing cooks off. I think I just noticed for the first time that my pilot's portrait is up there next to the ammo counter. I'm sure I've looked directly at it a million times, but that's the first time my brain has actually seen it. The pilots that come with the mechs don't seem to make much of a difference in the campaign mode from what I can tell, but I've looked at a few of the freelance mode screens. I haven't played freelance yet, but I've kind of gone through some of the menus, and it seems that you know, when you're in freelance mode where you're kind of building out your own missions and objectives to complete, pilots have individual perks. Or rather, they have, I know for sure that some pilots get better return, better rewards. They cost more to purchase and then reward you more money upon mission completion. So, they kind of make a difference which ones you use. Alright, that's all of the depots and comm towers and everything else, so let's get out of here. Alright, and for our trouble, we made 2.3 million space bucks. Next mission, weigh me down. Removal of 4 target vehicles, moderate spacers. The Bolero Wells are a long-defunct pipeline terminal and light rail district now host to a number of refugees. We have strong intelligence suggesting that several persons of interest can be found within the refugee camps. This appears to be why Spacer Detachment has occupied this district first. Remove the command vehicles so that our HR department may conduct interviews and select certain refugees for transport and interview at length elsewhere. We're going to take them all to Space Gitmo. Give them the old space waterboarding treatment. Ooh, we got the treehouse this time around. I do really like this thing. It's grown on me, despite its looks. The treehouse is pretty good for crowd control and closing off areas with its indirect fire. It can, you know, things can get a little rough though if you get overwhelmed. It's not great when the enemy's up close. So you really gotta kind of just pick your battles and try not to aggro too many people and try to shoot them from across the map, which is what I'm going to attempt to do. So what do we got to do here? Alright, I got 4 captains to kill. It doesn't seem too bad. See, like this is a great range for us. We can just pick these dudes off. And this is when we start to get in trouble right here. Because I've learned now that the smoke does actually harm us. Sometimes I can't avoid but to drive through it. But you do self-injure yourself by driving through the chemicals. Oh my god. I'm on the verge of death. Wow. Honestly can't believe we made it through that one. I was way too stationary, took way too much damage. It's like my brain is spending more energy focusing on how the indirect fire and the trajectory and where the canisters are gonna land and the lead time required on the shots, and I spend more time thinking about that than just, you know, stick and move, keep moving. So if you pick this game up, remember, you gotta grab these little floating shields before they despawn. I've actually got quite a bit of shield right now, but and you can get a little bit of temporary overshield as well, but that's the lighter blue sliver on the edge of the darker blue up there on the health bar. So you've got green, which represents your, you know, your main health. You got blue, which is shield, and then you've got a sliver of lighter blue, which is your overshield. And I could be wrong about this, but I believe overshield is just temporary extra shield. that goes away after a while. Look at my numbers there off to the left. I'm in pretty bad straits. I've only got 18 health left. Now, granted, I got plenty of shield, but only 18 health. So if that shield goes, one shot will end me. All right, one more captain and we're out of here. Just gotta find him. Looks like he's down to the south. I would love to be able to increase the mission objective HUD elements. They've got all of these options for color. But no option for size. Cool, and with that, we are mission complete. Just gotta find an exit and get the heck out of here. .7. Not bad. Next mission, La Femme d'Argent. Remove more opposition. Opposition is heavy Corvid. Corvids have proven resourceful in hiding their seditious ways from great leader though minor infractions were often overlooked. The very presence of Gorney's Split is much more contentious in a walled city like Solo Nobre. Often known simply as the Split, it is a long sliver of land left unzoned between two adjacent districts. It is a Corvid hub of social and economic activity as well as the trade and manufacture of material. As such, it is proving to be a base of operations for Corvids to consolidate their grip on surrounding districts. The SNC has other plans. Clear Gorney's Split of Corvid opposition. Alright. We can do it. Happy to do it. The Huss. No real need to look at anything else. This thing's a champ. Pompadour. I call it the Ecto-1. Haven't messed with the Chook much. It's got that 76mm cannon and 20mm chain gun. The audio kinetic pulse is pretty solid. It's got a cooldown on it. That's pretty good. I haven't had too much luck with this thing. It's got the laser and active camo and I don't know. I had a bad time with it the last time I tried to use it. It wouldn't hurt to try the Chook. Yep, might as well give it a go. If given the opportunity, I would just use the Huss every time. I just noticed the pilot. I guess this is Rosario. She's got quite the look, huh? So this place is interesting. We got a bunch of monorails. Looks like a little bit of a shanty town under the rail. Pretty tight in here. We already got company. And they've got friends. Oh wow. Something just blew up. I don't know what was explosive that I shot. Alright. Let's not aggro everybody at once. Let's just let them come to me. Alright, now let's focus on the elite. Beautiful. Wow, alright. Yeah, put a dent in them. That was 14 right out of the gate. So it's pretty tight in here. There's not a whole lot of room to maneuver, and not a whole lot of cover either, but the nice thing is you can kind of just funnel them at you. ammo before it despawns. Let's grab some of this shield. Kind of just move up slowly. Don't draw too many of them at one time. Alright, looks like all of our objectives are to the northeast. Kind of clear some crap out of the way here, make some space. Come on, let's keep moving. I'll tell you that audio pulse thing is pretty good. I wish it cooled down a little faster, but man, when it works, it works. Alright, looks like, if I'm reading this correctly, it looks like we've killed 37 out of 52. A little over 20 more to go. Whoa, that was cool. I really do wish the explosive structures in this game were a little easier to identify. I mean, I don't know what to suggest they should be colored. You know, you definitely don't want to just make them all red, but I don't know. A lot of times I shoot things and I think they're going to explode and they don't, and other times I shoot things that I don't think are going to explode and they do. So could just be user error here, but I kind of wish that explosive things, I don't know, had some caution stripes on them, or maybe, I don't know, hazard sign next to them, something. Or maybe I just gotta get good. Alright. Here's our corner here. Kind of peek around. Those little red rockets will destroy you in a heartbeat. I don't know if they're rockets, but whatever this guy shoots, these big red rounds here, they're brutal. Just kind of do a tactical retreat, reassess the situation, let them come to us. There's no need to force it. We can shoot pretty far away. With that longer time to impact of them shooting at us from a distance, we can maneuver a little more easily. And as you can see, we prevailed. Doing great on ammo, doing great on shield. Health isn't too terrible. I wish it were at 100, but you know, whatever. Alright, I think that says we're at 57 out of 74. Okay, now we got kamikazes up here. This can get real bad real fast if they catch up with you. So in times like these, I say shoot in reverse. Awesome. Beautiful. All right, 4.3, looking good. The chook's not too bad. Mission 16, knife chase. Contract, removal of one target comm tower. That doesn't seem too hard. Opposition, light spacer. Zona Abragayo is a decayed manufacturing hub turned nightlife spot. Much smaller than surrounding districts. Abragayo hope to weather tonight by shutting off all power and keeping citizens indoors. Spacers have control. Enemy strength reported as only a few scout bikes. The military comm tower is being used to actively coordinate spacer reinforcements in the area, and the SNC requests its removal. Well, I don't know about you all, but this sounds pretty straightforward. I wonder what this mission's going to have that makes it so complicated. Interesting vehicle options on this one, between the short bus and the fork. The fork's got indirect fire with its howitzer, and then it's got its cannon. It's an okay mech, you know. It's one of those things. It's got long range capability that is hard to aim if you're moving, and then it's got direct fire in the form of a cannon, which has some decent damage output, but it's only one gun as opposed to two firing directly at enemies. So, you know, you get into trouble when enemies get right up on you, because your indirect artillery is useless, as you can see at this range. And these guys are really fast. I know these little small mechs. Look at this thing. Trash can with eyes. The hell is this? Oh, this is the dude that's on the game cover art. The looks like a flying trash can with laser eyes. What a crazy vehicle concept. I don't know what I was getting ready to talk about. That guy really was off-putting. Really threw me off. Alright, gotta watch out for this gas station. It will explode. Maybe I can use it to kill this guy. Nope. Just missed. Okay, well, this is working out. We're doing great on ammo, health, shield. I'll tell you what, my favorite thing with the indirect fire is hitting long-range targets. It's so satisfying to shoot like a mortar at something from across the map and hit it and just watch it devastate a city block. Well, I'll tell you what, that's got to be the easiest mission so far that we've done. That took no time at all. I wish a few more of them were like that, to be honest. This game has so many missions. Some of them take quite a while. Actually, I'd probably be complaining if they were all that length as well, so, you know, it's probably fine the way it is. Alright. Vasikisic Keelet. Easy for me to say, huh? Removal of opposition, heavy loyalist. Loyalist forces have been observed massing in Mindon River, a largely undeveloped and heavily wooded district. Our analysts forecast several likely scenarios to account for the buildup, but nearby districts are too valuable to SNC interest to allow the Loyalists to continue. Alright, we got the Broodmare. This is the War of the Worlds tripod. We got the Huss, the Toro, the Rounder. Man, I don't know. The Huss is really where it's at for me. But I try not to use the same vehicle every time. I haven't used the Rounder much. I've never had a bad time with the Huss. Let's use that. What do we got here? Oh my god, I gotta kill 94. I think that's what that says in the corner. 94 enemies, 4 depots, 1 substation, 1 comm tower. 94. I think that's the most required enemy kills in a mission. my god, right out of the gate. They're not messing around, and we got kamikazes. Oh, this is bad. That was terrible. Let's hug the edge. Try to aggro very few at a time. I'll tell you what, sometimes you start a mission and it's like they're like every enemy on the screen or in the areas on you instantly. And other times you can kind of just drip feed them in. Like this is already better than the last start. And I haven't changed anything really. I should use the orbital gun to kill those little dudes. So far, so good. Get a 2-for-1 special here. There we go. That was lovely. Moving right along. Alright. This isn't good. Need to back out of here. And I got the alarm going. This is bad news. I got a nice little corner here. Everybody's gonna come right through this kill box. I wish I had more cannon shots though. I've only got 3. I gotta try to save them just like that when they're all grouped up. Yeah, man, I destroyed some of my ammo. That's one thing I really wish I could change about this game if I had the power, is I would make it so that you couldn't destroy the ammo drops. Squish these dudes. Need more cannon rounds, only got 4. Alright, we got objectives to the northeast. Looks like also to the southwest. Kinda in the middle of the map. Might as well try southwest first. Here we go, found some ammo. Re-up on this. Alright. And that'll do it. That was number 94. We are good to clear out any desired targets of opportunity and find an exit. All the depots are toast, so if I see the substation or the comm tower, I'll blow them up, but I don't know if I'm going to really go out of my way for them. This is easy. Do I go for the comm tower? I mean, I see where it is. I guess might as well. It's the last thing left. It's crazy how many of the environments in this game are like, are either cemeteries or necropolises or mausoleums, you know, something in that category of aesthetic and building style. It's like, I feel like this should be a Chronicles of Riddick game, you know, like we're up against the necromorphs or something. I think that's what those dudes were called. Not necromorph, necromonger? Necromonger, yeah, that's what it was. That's what Vin Diesel was up against. Everything was death and cemetery related with them, if I remember. It was forever ago. Cool. Alright, well that wasn't too bad. Close to 3 mil. I'll tell you what, when you've got the Huss as an option, nothing is too hard in this game. This thing is a beast. Alright, so 88 million. Not bad. Gonna have to check out the freelance mode. See how quickly that goes. See, check out some of these prices, right? Like, now you build out your own experiences in this, right? You know, you pick your pilot, your vehicle, primary, secondary weapons, special, you know. I haven't done it yet, but I've seen systems like this. But you can see, you know, see some of those larger numbers there. You know, 88 million seems like a lot, but when you're spending 15 million on one item, it can go pretty quick. You know, I was talking about this earlier with the pilots. They've got starting difficulty and max difficulty, and then, you know, I guess it's wave-based combat. I don't know, because it says increase per level. But, and they got different payouts. So, you know, that might be what makes one better than another. So you pick your pilot, pick your vehicle. Now, the interesting thing about being able to pick your equipment, I mean, I don't think there are any restrictions, so you might be able to make some vehicle and weapon combinations that weren't available in the campaign that might be, yeah, pretty fun to try out. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. I've got these ones already, I guess, that have the red diamonds next to them. I don't know what the hell a meat gun is. And then I've got the very large meat gun. I guess maybe those are Easter eggs. And then it looks like you also got to buy your missions here, I suppose. Alright, so I don't know how many missions we completed in this particular episode, but we've got 20 left. So I'm really hoping that I can possibly get this done in maybe 1 or 2 more videos. I don't know, we'll have to see, but this one's gotten really long. I thank you all for your patience. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's pretty chill content. Yeah, it's a pretty chill game. It's a lot of fun. I recommend you give it a whirl. It's not too expensive either, but anyways, we're gonna wrap here, and I will see you next time where we pick up part 4 and blow up more mechs. Take it easy till then. Bye.